right, y'all, we're going to take a look, see if this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. Well, actually, I'm gonna look at it, diagnose it, see if we believe it does have it. I don't have their data right now. So we know that Boudoir low click syndrome, BLCS, is when the unique CTRL of our ad is under 6%, and this means we got problems. And unique CTRL is how many women out of 100 are clicking on our ad, and anywhere on the ad. And we care about this because we know if someone clicks somewhere on the ad, we know our ad has entered their brain. And we care about that because if our ad does not enter their brain, we cannot sell them, or they will never buy from us. So we need to get this number as high as possible to get our ads into the most number of people's brains as possible. Because guess what? If they ain't clicking somewhere on our ad, that means they just scroll down by. All right, so we got that. So we got BLCS as the first part of our universe. And yep, we also know that unique CTRL under 6% is not normal. It is the symptom of a deeper root cause, and that deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes. More on that, towards the end of the video. Next part of our universe is a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. So it's what we got on our left here, our before BLCA with BLCS caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Now, we also know that BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico, and treatment takes about a week. And this is done by, keep the original ad as it is. We simply duplicate it, run the second one in parallel, and treat it with Boudoir Pico. And then after that, we keep whichever one's has the best unique CTRL metric. And once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment. So this is the key. That means we got rid of the 3 pre-click mistakes. We now have pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir Brain Entry Boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. So unique CTRL above 6%, getting our ads into more than 6 out of 100 women's brains. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So this is our full universe here in the bottom. BLCA with BLCS caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Treated with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. Become a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir Brain Entry Boost as a result of finally achieving pre-click alignment. So some data from real Boudoir Facebook ads out there in the wild. So did the first two during my residency. First one took it tested on my own. So the unique CTRL was 4.3%. So ad only get into 4 out of 100 women's brains. So I said, okay, unique CTRL less than 6%, BLCS is present. So I took it, duplicated it, ran it in parallel, treated it with Boudoir Pico, takes about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 6.88%. So basically from like ad going into 4 out of 100 women's brains to now about 7 out of 100 women's brains. And this is all the cold audience, people have never seen us before. So we discovered they were wasting about 37% of ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, then we could reduce their ad spend by $3,700 a month, save them 40 grand a year off rip, and get their ad into the same number of people's brains as the original ad that had not been yet treated with Boudoir Pico. All right, second ad for my residency, 1.39% unique CTRL. So it's like, all right, BLCS is present again, unique CTRL below 6%. We can solve this. So duplicated it, treated it with Boudoir Pico, takes about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 9.13%. So basically, ad going into 1 out of 100 women's brains to now we're getting our ad going into 9 out of 100 women's brains. Now, obviously, if we're getting our ad into more number of people's brains, most likely going to get more buyers. Or at least that's the highest probability of us getting more buyers. And so we found out after treating it was, dang, they're wasting 84% of their ad spend. So if they're spending 10 grand a month, 8,400 bucks each month was being wasted. So we can get rid of that, save them 8,400 bucks a month, or what's that, 100 grand in the first year, and get their Boudoir Facebook ad into the same number of women's brains as their original ad, but literally save them 100 grand um, by eliminating that wasted ad spend. Finally, had a patient, unique CTRL of his ad when BLCS was present was 5.03%, so 5 out of 100 women. His ads get into 5 out of 100 women's brains. So took it, duplicated it, ran it in parallel, treated his BLCS with Boudoir Pico. Took about a week, got the unique CTRL up to 15.35%. So again, we found out he was wasting about 67% of his ad spend. So if he's spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads, we can decrease that by 6,700 bucks a month. So save him 80 grand in the first year. Saving that money each month, saving that money in the first year, and get his ad into the same number of women's brains as his original ad. So from all the ads I've seen and tested, the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. So, I mean, you can look at these right here. Wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%, So what's the average of that? 50 to 60%. So, spending 10 grand a month, 50 grand or 5 grand at the window every single month for no reason. So, gonna look at this one, see if they got BLCS. We'll see if I believe they have BLCS or not. So first thing we look at, gonna check out below the creative. So all right, we got apply now button, got this stuff, this stuff, this stuff. All right, so we got the below creative cluster mistake here. False belief that caused us to make this mistake is A, we don't even believe we're making this mistake. We don't even know it's a mistake to be making. And B, well, I mean, this is how we see everyone else doing their ads. So everyone else can't be wrong, can they? Well, every ad I've checked has had BLCS. So, and the result of this is actually way more women scrolling by our ad not entering their brains in the first place. So it's gonna put us in BLCS category. Next, we'll look at the creative. All right, so yeah, this looks like an ad mistake. So the false belief that caused us to make this mistake is A. Again, we did not even know this was a possible mistake to make. And B, well, again, it's how everyone else's ads look. So everyone else can't be wrong, can they? Well, in fact, every Boudoir Facebook ad I've checked has had BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. And the consequences of making this mistake is, yeah, again, way more women gonna be scrolling on by, not clicking anywhere on our ad not going into their brains. So again, throw money out the window on average, 5 grand a month. Next, look at the headline. All right. Yeah, it's lack of context and solution mistake. But the false belief that caused us to make this mistake is A, again, we don't even know. These are mistakes we could be making. And B, we are, that's that other boudoir ads we've seen out there have looked, so everyone else can't be wrong, can they? Well, all the boudoir Facebook ads I've checked, every single one of them has had BLCS, boudoir low click syndrome. So my guess is this ad does have boudoir low click syndrome BLCS because their unique CTRL is probably under 6%. So if you're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads and your Boudoir Facebook ads have BLCS, on average about 5 grand of that ad spend is being wasted every month. So if you want this treated, so you have a chance of saving that money, saving 60 grand in the next year. Then I am opening slots for new patients the final day of this month. So it's my DMs will be open right now. DMs are closed. DMs will be open the last day of this month for me to intake new patients. So DM me then.